Good morning. It's now around 8:30, 8:40, 8:45, something like that. Well, at least I know Pflugerville ain't uh, Mama La Kamala territory, although that's probably who called the cops. At around 8:05 a.m., I was woken up by the very kind, very well-behaved Officer Keguru, who's probably a rookie of the Pflugerville PD, and he conducted himself properly. Although I think he noticed that bottle of scotch. But I'm an old man. I'm entitled to take the medicines that are appropriate for me. Anyway, I'm pretty sure it was you Democratic Karens that were calling about, who's this homeless guy outside the clinic or whatever. I think the clinic staff has learned, and actually he said, and I quote, which I already quoted to my attorney who already has it in my permanent files, every text I send him, because he knows about my memory. Eidetic. And I quote Officer Keguru, not that I'm banning you from the property or anything. He was so sweet. He even hung around to make sure I could get up and walk and load up my stuff and leave. Anyway, probably due to an overwhelming bunch of calls from billionaire types and stuff like that, because they're the ones that complain about the homeless, even though they created the modern homeless situation. Yeah, we know all about you Democrats. I remember mentioning or seeing Officer Keguru somewhere earlier. Very nice young black man. I don't think he endorses Kameltoe Harris. You can see we're still having a few drips and drabs. When he woke me up, I just said, dude, I fell asleep. It was raining and stuff like that. I had shit all around me, and I had an insulated bag and 2 trash bags over by the... But who was calling the cops? It was you Kameltoe Harris supporters. I'm quite sure, despite the fact that we have a black chief of police here, that he does not exactly endorse Black Lives Matter or anything related to Antifa or Kameltoe Harris. I haven't investigated it much. Why should I need to? I've been treated politely, except for one Officer Gonzalez, who's kind of known as the hard ass of the night shift. All other police officers, especially on day shift, have treated me here in Pflugerville very nice and appropriate for my age and my disabilities, which is what just happened. I was woken up politely by Officer Keguru. I keep saying it in the Japanese style because I just can't. If that's African, I don't know. To me, it sounds more, to my ear, my trained ear, sounds more like Japanese. Keguru. Actually, you gals out there, you might want to snatch up on him. He looks like he's well employed, polite young black man working on the behalf of the Pflugerville PD, which after a bunch of calls from the Democratic Karens of that clinic asked me to politely could you just move along? I'm not banning you from the property or anything. I don't see how you could. I'm a Scott and White patient. Your upper management, Lucy, has said I can stay there, and she'll check in on me every week. She hasn't done that. You know, when you're old and disabled and well behaved, I've become a fixture here in Pflugerville. You can call Kameltoe as much as you want. You know, you can get on the phone to the cops, and all they're going to do is send down the sweetest, most polite young black officer to politely let me know it's because I fell asleep. Dude, I was exhausted. Around about 6:30 or so, after like the third round of rain began, I fell asleep. I was exhausted. I'm 71 years old. In my 71st year. And I want to tell all Pflugerville PD except for Gonzalez or whatever. Yeah. You know, he hasn't showed up again. I know that they don't have the cooperation of the property owner. And like Officer Keguru said, not like I'm banning you from the property or anything, but just, please move along. You're so sweet, dude. I bet you get you some hot. He's probably already married by now. I can kind of spot the gay officers from the straight. I bet you he's already married, and because he's getting plenty of poon, he ain't being wicked towards me. It's those cops that are latently, just like up in New York City, they're the ones that are always out there acting hard ass on the movies or whatever. No, I'm pretty sure Officer Keguru, day shift, he's probably married or getting it regularly. If a cop will just get him some regularly, they won't be such hard asses except against the Eric Garner types. I can't breathe because I'm 485 pounds. And I can't talk standardized English. That's not me. That's Professor Inouye that brought that up. Professor Inouye, you're a complete, disgusting embarrassment to Senator Daniel Inouye, who was a war-wounded veteran, I think, of the Japanese brigade that went into the European theater of war and won more medals, more awards than any other brigade in American military history. What were they called, like the 142 or something like that?